I recently took the Cambridge exam, and I guess you could call it an interesting experience. It's this really important exam that not everybody gets to take, mostly because of how much money you have to spend on it. For everybody wondering what even is the Cambridge exam, I have a definition right here. The Cambridge exam, officially known as Cambridge English Qualifications, is a suite of globally recognized English language tests designed to assess practical real-world communication skills for non-native speakers. I ended up taking the B2 first exam, or the B2 exam, I don't know, the highest proficiency or level you could get in your grades was C1, which is C1 proficiency. I have a scale up on screen, but as you can see, the exams go from preliminary to advanced to proficiency. Luckily for me, the exam ended up taking place at my school. I could have been unlucky and had it happening at another school, meaning I would have to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and go do the Cambridge exam, which I was not gonna do. You are not making me do that. I'm so sorry. And for the exam, you're not allowed to have your phone. So we were supposed to lock it in these envelopes. But me and my friend, we decided not to do that. We didn't know they had something for us to put our phones in. So we asked our teacher if we could put it in the teacher's lounge, which we end up doing. We opened the door to the teacher's lounge and we put our phones in there, and then we closed the door, which would have been okay if the keys weren't inside. The keys were still inside the teacher's lounge, and the teacher's lounge at my school locks automatically. So if you don't have your keys, you can't open it again. So me and my friend, 5 minutes before the exam starts, we run to our teacher and we're like, hey, we kind of locked our phones in the teacher's lounge and your keys. I hope you're okay with that. So she starts being like, what? No, you can't do that. Then she has to call someone from the school's kitchen team to help open the door. But oh my god, we felt so bad. It was really funny though, because my friend was recording it on her phone because she was actively sending a video to her friend on Snap. And then I closed the door because I thought she had the keys, and she was like, "Wait, I don't have the keys." And I was like, "No, you can't say that." I was also, because of these really strict rules, for example, you're not allowed to wear any clothing with text on it. And then I'm standing in a queue to go into the exam, and I know I've read through all of these really strict rules 5 times because I was so scared that I would overstep any of them, and then I would just be kicked out. Then they would expel me or something from the exam. So I was really scared of that. And then I'm standing in the queue to go into the examination room where all of us are going to take this test. And I see a girl with a hoodie with fat ass text on the back. It was taking up her whole back. That just said Supreme. And I was like, you cannot be saying this to me. I got so annoyed because what do you mean that you're allowed to have that on? And then we have to find our table where our name is. I sit down at my table, and another person from my school is sitting behind me, which is okay. I really like this person, but they started to become sick the day before. So this person that I normally love and really like pissed me off so much, because the second that we start the exam or start trying to set it up, I just hear oh, and it was like that under the whole exam. So I just had a person coughing and snotting right behind me, and I actually went crazy. It was horrible. Yet there was another thing. Before the exam even started, we ended up being an hour late. So because of network issues and stuff, I think over half of the people in the room couldn't get in on the first try. They couldn't get in on the website. And I could, so I didn't think I had any problem. And then the supervisors, they say, you guys have to restart your computer, log out, and log in again. So I do that. But this time I can't log in. And for 47 fucking minutes, I cannot log into this thing. So I spent 47 minutes of that exam where I couldn't get in. But yeah, we started the exam. Finally, I restart my computer without asking if I'm allowed to. And it worked. It worked. For once, I'm so happy. And then the coughing starts. The one that I talked about before. And I feel like my head is about to explode because I was not in the mood for that. Because the second I saw the first question, I just thought to myself, I am so cooked. What am I gonna do? I was so scared because I thought I was not cooking. Like, I sat in that chair, slowly going crazy from the person behind me coughing, and someone else who was also coughing. And I'm sitting and I'm thinking, oh my god, this was a waste. This was such a waste of money because this exam cost, I think, 2,700 krona. Then the book to even learn, like, how you get really good at English was 500 krona, which is like a little over 100 USD. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I paid like, oh my god, I paid like 300 bucks for this stuff or something. Maybe 500. Like, and I'm sitting here and I'm doing so bad. I'm so scared for my future. And because we were so much behind on time, we're supposed to have like 15 to 30-minute breaks. Instead, we have 5-minute breaks. And oh my god, I had to pee so bad. I was sitting in my chair and just thinking about how much I wanted to pee, but you're not allowed to leave the room. So I'm waiting till the break. I run down to the bathroom. I pee. I come back like a minute before we're supposed to go in, luckily. But I could have come late. I'm so sorry. What do you mean you're giving me 5-minute breaks? Then we got 10 minutes another time. And I ran into the cafeteria and got some food because I was hungry, okay? Second we get to writing, I am about to bawl my eyes out because I cannot for the life of me understand what I'm supposed to do. I'm sitting there and I don't know what to write. I literally almost started crying and I felt so embarrassed because I was just sitting there and thinking, "Oh my god, how am I going to tell my mom that I failed the exam?" We ended up completing the exam. Everybody said, "Oh my god, it went so well." And I'm still standing, about to cry. I don't want to talk about it because I think I did so bad. Like, I'm preparing to tell my mom that I failed. I got an F. I'm never gonna look myself in the eyes again. I'm never gonna speak English again because I'm so horrible. And then, as the clock strikes around 4:40 p.m., my exam is soon. So I find my partner. We all meet up in this one room where they said we should be before the speaking exam, and then we find out that we're in the wrong room. So we all run to the room that we're supposed to in, and we come late. And it states in the rules, if you come late, you may be exempt from the exam. In that room, we're sitting doom scrolling, and we get called up. They take a picture of us. I looked horrible, which was on purpose because I don't feel like I need to look good for my campus exam photo. They take the picture and I am smiling on the picture. And then I look up to the wall and it says no smiling because then you can also be exempt from the exam. And I'm asking the supervisor. I'm like, "Hey, I smiled during the picture. What does that mean?" And he looks me dead in the eyes and said, You didn't smile." "What do you mean?" "I'm sorry, you didn't smile." Oh, and I got so mad because I put up such a beautiful smile. My teeth are not showing, but my teeth are basically showing. And I was so happy. And then he tells me, he lies to my face that I wasn't smiling. And I was smiling. I did a little smirk. I've seen the picture. I did a little smirk. Me and my partner, or teammate, whatever, we get called up to the exam room. We go up there. We're so scared. And the exam starts. The speaking exam. Now, I think I'm pretty good at speaking English, but the second I get stressed or I speak too much, I can't pronounce my words correctly. And I was stressed and also spoke very fast. So the exam starts. I'm kind of locked in, really trying my best. And then she asked me a question. I answer. I finish my sentence. She looks at me. She waves her hand as if I didn't say enough. So I just panic and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then I just start speaking for like half a minute more. And then she's like, "That's okay." What do you mean? Oh, it was so embarrassing. And then, the speaking part is basically just them asking questions. But she asked my teammate a question. She asked my teammate a question. And I zoned out when he was being asked this question. And I forgot what the question was. And then I thought to myself, it would be so funny if they asked me what I think and wouldn't repeat the question. And then guess what happens? The woman looks me straight in the eyes and she says, "What do you think?" And I couldn't remember the question. I literally could not remember the question. I could barely remember what my teammate answered. I start panicking, and my first response is just, "Yeah, I mostly agree with what they said. Except I don't think it should always cost money." And I had no idea what I was talking about. I go out of the exam room. I say to my teammate, "Oh my god, I don't know what happened. I couldn't remember it. I just said whatever you said, but then I changed it. I don't even know what the question is." I started panicking. I was so stressed. All of my friends were talking about it, and I'm just standing there. Oh, I'm so gonna get preliminary, or I'm gonna get an F. I'm not gonna get that A plus that I've always wanted. Everybody gets their answers. This is 2 weeks later. I've been stressing about it for 2 weeks. I know I'm cooked. I know I'm actually fucked. And my friend shows me the website where you can check it. You have to create an account, then log onto that account to check your answers. I thought I already had an account, so I try to log in. I can't log in. I click the reset password button 4 times. Nothing happens. I've wasted 30 minutes on this so far. And then I'm calling my mom. I called my boyfriend. I was panicking. Oh my god, it won't send me the link. I'm never gonna get my answers. And I realized, because I actually read the text for once, I didn't have an account. I just thought I did. I did not have an account. So I made an account, I logged in, and then I saw the answers. And there it was. I got C1 proficiency. After all of this stress and all of this bullshit, I got C1 proficiency. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you'll come back for some more content in the future. Right now, I post once a month, and if you want to check out some Roblox content that will be coming soon, in around a month, check out this channel. Bye!